Good morning. Welcome to the second Big Schools Get Together. It is absolutely brilliant to see you. We can see loads of you already joining us in the live stream, people saying hello in the live chat, and look, it's just fantastic that we're all here together. Slightly earlier this week gives it more time. We're not going to hopefully rush through everything today, and gives us a great opportunity just to share in the fact that we are all together. And of course, it's very different this week. Loads of you are tuning in from school. Some of you guys are back at school for the first time this week, and that's why it's the perfect time for us to get together, because we're starting to come out, starting to move forward, starting to reconnect our communities. And this is an amazing way to share with people all over the diocese an incredible event. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to NDCYS Live. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Please, if you are kind of just joining us or just kind of jumping in, make sure you've got a couple of things. We'll talk about how the quiz and the events and stuff are going to work a bit later on. But please know you are very welcome. We've got people joining us from all over the place today. We're going to do some shout outs as we go through the day. Again, I'll try and get through them all. A huge apology if you didn't get a shout out last time. We had so many teams, as we've got hundreds of teams this week as well. I'll try and get through them all this week so that we can all kind of recognise and celebrate. There's some lovely messages as well. People asking us to remember their friends, their families, the key workers. So we're going to go through all of that today. We're also joined, as always, by some amazingly important special guests. So we'll have a look at who we've got in this lovely live wonder wall. Look at these wonderful, beautiful people who you can see over here. They're all waving now. Look, they're all waving. They're all waving. Marvellous. We're joined by the Brides team. Obviously, they're going to be helping us out. We're joined by our lead lay chaplains. We've got Peter Giorgio, who's the Director of Education. And for the first time when a Big Schools Get Together, which is fantastic, we've got Sean McClafferty, who's joining us, CEO of the St. Ralph Sherwin Trust. Fantastic to see you. We'll come and say hello in a minute if that's okay. But if it's okay, just to start us off, I'm going to hand over to Peter Giorgio, our Director of Education, just to kind of say hello and welcome us all today.
Thanks, Tom. Morning. It's really good to be with you, with the team, and with all the lead lay chaplains this morning. It's a great privilege for me to say hello and welcome to all of our children and young people throughout the Diocese of Nottingham who are joining in today. It's really, really lovely to have so many people joining together. Whether you are at home or whether you are at school, you are all very, very welcome. And can I just also say a good morning and thank you to all of our head teachers, our leaders, our teachers, our support staff in our schools. I know that the last few weeks have been particularly busy, and on behalf of Bishop Patrick, I'd like to say a big, big thank you to you all for all the wonderful work that you're doing. I hope you have a great morning. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Peter. And it's really, really great that you could join us again this morning. And I'm really, really glad that you shouted out all those incredible people who are watching, all those incredible teachers and head teachers and school staff. Because I think people forget that although people have been going back to school for the first time this week, schools haven't closed. Schools have been open, supporting our community, supporting young people all the way through this lockdown, and that should be recognised and celebrated. So thank you for joining us, Peter. In a minute, we're going to go over to Sean, CEO of one of our trusts. I know you've got to give a shout out to your schools as well. It's great to have you with us. First time on NDCYS Live. I'm going to go over to you. How are things? How's your lockdown been? And is there anything you want to say to your trust and to those schools watching today?
Well, first of all, Tom, thank you for the invitation. I was a bit late joining the party, but I don't know how many St. Ralph Sherwin colleagues are on this video call, but just the video message from me actually went out this morning to all our staff. So just thank you for everything you've done over this last week and actually the preceding 12 weeks during this lockdown. And it's great to see so many of you on the screen in front of me. It's very odd because I spend my life behind a laptop, and the only time I really come to life is when I'm face to face with colleagues and staff, like I am just now. So I really appreciate this opportunity. And yeah, it's just a privilege to be here, and thank you. And I'm looking forward, not sure what's coming up next, Tom, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I mean, what a great segue. It's like we rehearsed it. There is so much coming up next. So much coming up next. So we're going to have an opportunity to take part in some challenges, some quizzes. We've made some improvements, I think upgrades on last time's quiz. We had amazing amount of entries, some fantastic competition, and a few technical hitches. So we've So we do a few rounds just to kind of make things a little bit more engaging, a little bit more interesting. If you've not got hold of your digital answer sheet, you're going to need to click on the link in the live chat. Huge shout out to Naomi, who's managing our live chat. I can see already from my control screen just here that there are loads of people saying hi in the live chat. We've got some fantastic, we've got English Martyrs in Long Eaton saying hello. We've got St Philip Howard. We've got English Martyrs in Leicester. Great to have you guys with us this morning. Fantastic. Good to see you, James, as well. He's been a regular viewer. We've got St Norbert's in Crowell saying hi. St George's in Derby. We've got Mrs Crouch, great name, very appropriate, from St Patrick's in Nottingham. Just brilliant to see you all with us. So make sure you get your digital answer sheet. Please don't fill out the questions and answers yet, because you haven't had the questions yet. You can obviously click through, but you'll stand a much better chance if you listen to the questions and watch the stuff that's coming your way. And then we'll be able to submit that live, mark that live, and give out our results and announce our winners live as well, which is really awesome. Now, the first thing I'd like to do this morning, because we kind of finished with it last time, is I'd like to start this morning in prayer. I think that's really important. One of the things that our church and our faith is about being together, coming together, being one body. And actually, we have new ways to come together. Because just because we can't go to church doesn't mean we can't be a church. And we are connected in so many ways, it's really powerful to know that we can pray together. So, we're going to pray by making the sign of the cross. In the name of the Father, and of the Son. Amen. And ask God just to be with us today in our morning, to help us celebrate and to be joyful, to give us the confidence that he gave those disciples during Pentecost, to go out and share the good news. Because when things are difficult and things are challenging, as they are right now, positivity, goodness, hope and joy are more important than ever. And the reason those disciples managed to start the church and get to where we are right now is because they went out with that joy in their heart. So let's hope we have a good time this morning. Let's pray that God is with us in what we're doing. And let's pray that God is present in all of our schools and all of our communities as they kind of journey together into that brave new future. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. We're going to stay with our welcomes, because we've had another live guest join us. I'm very excited that we've also now got Louise Wilson, who's joined us from the St Therese of Lisieux Trust. Good morning. It's great to see you. How are you? Oh, we might need to get the audio. You might need to unmute your microphone, I think. Oh, we've not got any audio there at the moment. We'll come back in a minute. You might actually scroll to the bottom and find the little microphone and turn your microphone on. I think it might be red at the moment. We'll come back in a minute. It's great to see you this morning. We're going to start off with do a couple of shout outs before round one. We're going to go through my list and I'll try and get through all of the people who've given us a shout out. So a few, St Peter and Paul Catholic Voluntary Academy, St Thomas More Buxton, St Joseph Catholic Voluntary Academy. Now this is a really interesting one. I really hope you're watching this morning. We've got St Joan of Arc Catholic School from Rickmansworth. Now, that is the furthest away school I think that are watching down near London this morning. If you guys are watching, welcome. We're all part of the same church. It is great to have you with us this morning. So big shout out to you guys if you've made it. They'd like to give out a shout out to all the staff and students. St Mary's Grantham, St John Fisher, English Martyrs family. Shout out to Matthew, Luke and William, Mrs D, Sergo, Hugh, Faye, the staff at St Benedict's Catholic Voluntary Academy. Someone asking to give a shout out to Joe Hopkins and Mr Brogan, brackets the good looking one. We'll let you decide who that is. Riley, Alicia, Fatima. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Now, I think we've got Louise on now. We've got some audio. I think we're going to go back. Good morning, Louise. Oh no, it's not working again. Oh no. It's always the way, isn't it? Now, Louise, it's great to have you with us. It's really good to have you with us, and we will come back and we'll get it working. Don't you worry. And it's great, Louise and Sean, that you're both with us this morning, because this is your first live get together, and it's absolutely fantastic to have you with us. I know as a youth service we work really closely with the St Therese of Lisieux Trust, and it's a real privilege to do so. And it's great to have all those schools on with you. And I know you ought to. We'll start by giving them a big wave, definitely. So it's great to see you. Thank you very much. Naomi, who's running all the technical stuff, I think if you can have a chat with Louise, and we'll try and get that sorted and make sure that the microphone settings are set up, and we'll get it working. Because actually I want to explain and get into the quiz, because we've got lots of things happening today. Round one is a very interesting quiz indeed, and we're going to go to Tom Shannon, who's the lead lay chaplain from the lead lay chaplain from our Leicestershire Trust, from the St Thomas Aquinas Trust. Now we've got a bit of a different one here. We've not got kind of questions and answers. We've got video clips, and we've got to do a kind of guessing what's going to happen next. Tom, tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Yeah, in the first challenge that you're going to have, there's going to be 3 challenges actually. In the first one, I've roped Evie in again. She's going to get fed up with these videos, I think. But we're playing Buckaroo, and what you guys have got to do is guess how many of the little Buckaroo pieces we're going to be able to put onto the horse before it bucks and kicks them all off. And you also get an extra point for guessing whether me or Evie puts the last piece on. So it was loads of fun playing it. I hope you have fun guessing what's going to happen.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think one of the reasons we went for this round is it's all about kind of trying to predict what's going to happen next. And I think that's certainly a feeling that we're all kind of trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And we can either be scared about the future or we can be hopeful. And I think, particularly looking at the joy and stuff in these videos, because they're amazing, we're really hopeful for kind of good outcomes and good things to happen. And I think it's just a reminder, this whole round is a reminder for how important it is for us to stay hopeful and to stay optimistic about what's going to happen in the future. We're going to go straight to round one, and then you can answer your questions on your digital answer sheet.
Alright, in this challenge we're playing Buckaroo, so what you have to do is to guess how many of these pieces Evie and I are going to be able to put onto the horse before it bucks and kicks them all off. So you can get 1 point if you guess how many pieces we're going to put on, and you can get an extra bonus point if you can guess whether it's going to be me or Evie who puts on the last piece and makes the horse buck and knock them all off. Okay, so put in your guesses now.
So interesting. I wonder now. Evie looks like she is ready to. She's ready to kind of play. Seriously, with the sunglasses are on, that shows a kind of a real commitment here. Were you confident going into it? Not that we want to give any answers away, but how did you feel before you prepared? Is it usually a kind of close match between you two?
Well, I'm very competitive, so I always want to crush whoever I'm playing against, whether they're, whether it's smashing Joe Hopkins at table football or whether it's crushing my 4-year-old at Buckaroo. But I think she's also inherited some of that competitiveness. She doesn't like losing, so it was a good matchup.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, look, we're going to go straight to our second clip. Hopefully people made their predictions into the quiz. And this one, just to talk us through what happens in this one very quickly, Tom, what are we trying to predict this time?
Yeah, so I'm trying to indoctrinate Evie into football and supporting Coventry City. In this clip, Evie's taking some penalties against me. She takes 5 penalties, and I've got her mum's sleep mask on, so I can't see. So you've got to guess how many penalties 4-year-old Evie scores against blindfolded me.
Excellent. Let's have a look.
Hello, everyone. So for this challenge, you've got to guess how many penalties Evie Marie is going to score. So I'm going to be in goal, and I'm going to be wearing your mummy's sleeping mask, so I won't be able to see. So Evie's going to have 5 shots at goal, and you've got to guess how many she's going to score. So have a guess now.
Okay, so I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to give people a bit of time to put their prediction in. Last kind of round, and this is an interesting challenge, one that's been taking social media by storm. Tell us a bit about what we're going to have in this final video, and then we'll play it for everyone to see.
Okay, so in this last challenge, you're going to see 4 of the boys' team who were roped in, some willingly, some not so willingly, to try and flip a bottle into a 30-centimetre circle, and they've got 30 seconds to try and land as many bottles as they can. So what you've got to do is guess who's going to win out of 14 members, but also, to get a bonus point, how how many times will the winner land the bottle.
Okay, really interesting. Okay, now we're going to go to round 3. Now, if you didn't see that, because I'm just conscious, Tom, I didn't actually put you on the screen there. My apologies. We're gonna see the intro in the video and see who makes the best bottle flipper, and we've got some of the Briars team involved in this one as well.
In this challenge, some of the Briars team have been given the task of flipping a bottle into a circle as many times as they can in 30 seconds. What you need to do is to pick which of the 4 team members you think is going to win. Which of them is going to land the bottle the most times in 30 seconds. So you get 1 point for picking the right team member and a bonus point for guessing how many times they managed to land the bottle. So, Briars team, over to you.
Hi everyone, Kieran here, and we've got a bit of a challenge set. We've got to see how many bottle flips we can do in 30 seconds. And a fun fact for you all, I used to be the long range bottle flip champion at my secondary school, and it was a really big title, so a lot of people competing. Let's see if I can do really well in this.
Hi guys, my name's James. I'm 19 years old and I was the bottle flip champion at Trinity. Haven't flipped any bottles in a while, but I'm sure it will all come flooding back to me.
Hi everyone, my name is Francesca and I'm on the Briars team, and I'm actually the Briars team champion at bottle flips.
Hi guys, my name's Luke. I'm world champion at bottle flipping, so you best be ready for this. I'm not here to draw, I'm not here to lose, I'm here to win against all the rest of them. So, I'm going to bottle flip into this 30 centimetre ring as many times as possible. I'm going to time it in 30 seconds. So, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so some big talk there. Big talk from the Briars team. Who filled you with the most confidence? Obviously, Tom, you did a great job kind of putting all this together. Some great kind of predictions. What are you hopeful for? Because it's all about kind of looking forward and hoping that kind of good things come our way. Just name one thing that you're hopeful for the future, for the next few weeks, the rest of our term in our schools, that kind of thing. What are you hopeful for?
Well, I've heard from a lot of parents who've been sending kind of the missionary discipleship stuff in this week, and that they've been having a really positive experience in school going back this week. So I suppose really it would be more, I'm hoping for more of the same really, that for all of those young people and staff that are going to be going into school, that they have a really positive experience. But also those ones that are staying at home, that are able to join in with what's going on in school and still keep in touch and have a positive end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Just about making sure this term can be as positive as possible. And do you know what? Things like this, coming together like this, I hope will all be part of that. Tom, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Thank you for your round. Really very much appreciated. We're going to go back to our wonder wall in a minute and see where everyone is. And almost kind of get ready for round 2. Hopefully you've made your predictions in your quiz and you're waiting now for our second round. Now our second round, we're going to go over to Joe Hopkins because we've got a bit of a true or false round really. And I think this is also really interesting. I don't know about you, but making the right decisions, making right judgment is a really important thing. It's something that at the moment it's very important to do. We're thinking about how we act, how we treat each other, what's the right thing to do. And actually being able to decide what's true and what's false, that's a real challenge, So we've got some kind of really good questions, but it's not just a normal true or false, because just having true or false, that's a bit too boring, isn't it, Joe? What's this round called? Tell us a bit about your round and what are we doing?
Okay, just before we start, I want to do it from falseness, from fake news from Mr. Tom Shannon of the St. Thomas Aquinas CMAT, because we were on the same table football team, and we beat Joe McKay. I know me and Joe McKay are interchangeable as the chaplain of Christ the King, but we are independent people, believe it or not. Pope or Nope is one of my favourite quizzes. I think it should be more pub quizzes. I think there should actually be a game show on TV about it. So if you think an answer is true, you click on Pope. If you don't think it's true, you click on Nope, because everybody loves a pun.
Absolutely, yeah. So, Pope or Nope, do you want to take us through, hit question 1 up? What we'll do is we'll bring back the Wonder Wall, and I might bring in some guests just to give their opinion, or maybe give a bit of background info, just to help, or maybe even throw in some red herrings, just to kind of put people off the scent. So, yeah, Joe, question 1, what's it all about?
Okay, question 1, I believe, I have not got the question in front of me because I did not think this through, is to have, if there have been an English Pope, I believe, from memory, and so the Pope from many different nationalities. Our current Pope is what nationality? Anybody want to join in off the wall? Argentinian, never mind.
Argentinian.
There we go. So they've poped from different places. We had a big spell of just Italian popes, but have we ever had an English pope? If you think they've never been an English pope is the question. So pope or nope?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a really good question. Have we had an English pope? Okay, next question. What's question 2, Joe?
Question 2, from my memory, I'm going to say is about the national animal of Scotland. So Scotland is a beautiful place. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. Edinburgh is a great place to go. You've got everything. You've got a city break, you've got the countryside, and you've got a beach. It is quite cold, but it is good. And each country have a national animal, but if the national animal of Scotland an elephant, wouldn't expect to see an elephant walking around the Highlands. But so Pope or nope?
Ooh, interesting.
So make sure you read the
Highlands.
statement.
That would be very interesting. Okay, put your answer in the quiz. I can see the team are genuinely. You can see all their faces like going, really, A lot of chin stroking going on. That's really good. Next question number 3, please.
I've got to say, by taking back my abuse of Mr. Tom Shannon, he's texted me my question, so thank you very much for that. So next question is, there are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the sky. So look up, there should be stars in the universe, actually, not the universe, in the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, just in case I get done for that. So it should be in the Milky Way galaxy. I might not have saved it when I made an
that's an interesting kind of clarification there. Of course, we know scripturally that Abraham's descendants, we were promised as many descendants as stars in the sky. We're all part of that. We're all part of that family. A lot of people around. Are there more trees? It's interesting.
Might not have been as beautiful if God said, you'll have more descendants as all those trees, mate. Kind of much more beautiful image.
Maybe not.
Looking at the stars in the sky.
So, question number 4.
So the area of the Diocese of Nottingham is bigger than the country of Belgium. Ooh. For a very large diocese, it's actually the largest diocese in England and Wales. Belgium's quite a small country, famous for waffles and Kevin De Bruyne. And I've never been to Belgium, as you can tell.
Interesting, that because it's sometimes some of you will have heard. I like this fact. I love the fact that we've got like the largest geographical diocese. You know, with our schools so spread out, it's really cool that we've got such a big patch. But bigger than Belgium, though. Ooh. And last question then: true or false, Pope or no? What's it going to be?
So Saint Luke wrote more of the New Testament than Saint Paul. So out of the New Testament writers, he wrote the most amount. Is that Pope or nope?
Interesting. And of course, Joe, reminding us all that we're still in the year of the word. We're still in the year of the word.
Absolutely.
I know it's obviously something that maybe we kind of haven't focused on as much because of what's been happening. But yeah, it's a really good question. Who is putting out more content? I know certainly that it's very much as a youth service, we're trying to put out as much content as possible. But who is the biggest content creator? That's a great question. So, true or false, Pope or nope, they're in there. Joe, thank you so much for your contributions to that round. Really do appreciate it. Guys, on the Wonder Wall, just on a scale of kind of 1 to 5, how many do you think you got right on that? Show of fingers, hands. Ooh, interesting. We're going to go do a quick couple of shout-outs. Maybe you could tell me how many you think you got right in that one. We've got loads of teams to get through. So we've got St. John Horton, Mr. Kemi, Mr. Poland and Rachel. Happy birthday to Holly and Luke for Monday the 8th. Happy birthday to you at St. Francis in Melton. Miss Davis, Mr. Lewis, hello. Holy Rosary, hi, good to see you. We've got St. Francis, Miss Wolf's Year 1 group, to all the Stilton and Chas St. Teresa's. The Year 6 who are working at home, because that's right, of course, just because people are in school, people are still working at home and joining us. St. Francis, St. Teresa's Catholic Primary School, to Year 6 whole school community, Our Lady and St. Edward's. We've got a big shout out to Holy Rosary Catholic Voluntary Academy Year 1, English Martyrs Catholic Power School. We've got the RE team, Girl Power, some great team names, Grace Gang, the Rainbow Rescues, the Bubble Buddies, and of course, yes, we're in our bubbles today. We've had a few mention of our bubbles, your teaching bubbles that you guys are working in and are going to be like your new mini families. Amazing stuff. So hopefully you guys are having a great time in your little bubbles. St. Patrick's, Cuba Year 6, the VKS, Ella Josie. Shout out to Atia at English Martyrs. You're a hard worker and your dedication noticed. There's some really lovely stuff. St. Mary's Loughborough, thank you for everyone for their support. We've got English Martyrs, St. George's, big hi to the Year 2-3 bubbles, St. George Year 5s and 6 working at home. We've got A big shout out to the whole St. Ralph show and CMAT. Loads of repping it from English Martyrs. St. Philip Howard. Big thank you to all the firefighters who are fighting hard to fight the fires on the moors at the moment, happening up in the north of our diocese. Amazing shout out, and really important to remember all those key workers doing things. The biddy body bubble we've got from Bishop Ellis Catholic School. Good to see you guys. Fantastic stuff. We're going to come back with more shout outs in a bit because we're going to go on to round 3. Now, as we said before, it's the year of the word, and there's a great piece of scripture where Jesus travels to a place called Caesarea Philippi, and he asks his disciples a question. He says, "Who do you say I am?" Didn't recognize Jesus for who he was. They thought he was somebody else. They thought he might be a different prophet or just a great man. And we know Jesus because he's our friend. We recognise him. And I suppose the reason this round is so important is because the biggest question is, have you recognised Jesus at work in the people you've been seeing? Have you been able to recognise Jesus at work in your teachers, in your staff, in the key workers, in the people who have kept the shops going, in the people delivering your post? Because Christ is there. We can see the face of Christ in those people. And when people ask who do we say Christ is those people who serve, those people who love, those people who give. Now, Victoria, this is very exciting because we've got some very, very famous faces from across the diocese and beyond, and we're doing like a reverse picture round. Tell us a bit about how this is going to work.
Might have if I turn my microphone on, sorry. Yeah, so we've done a slightly different picture round. So ordinarily, with the picture round, you get given a picture and you have to try and tell us who it is. We've done it slightly differently. We are going to give you 4 pictures and a name, and you have to match up the name with the picture from some famous Catholic faces, and some little joke pictures in there as well.
Oh, very exciting. Now, some of these people we might recognise, some of the people might know, some of the people might be unknown to us, and they might become famous because of today. Who knows? But I'm going to bring up the first slide, and we'll see if we can get. And obviously, in your round on your digital answer sheet, you can see the pictures as well. So this first person, Father Simon Gillespie. Do you want to give us a background to Father Simon, because he's actually the Episcopal Vicar for Education? But tell us more, because we know him very well, don't we?
We do know him very well, and I think if we've got any sixth formers, they will know him particularly well as well for his work within the Diocesan Pilgrimage to Lourdes. But so I'll give a small bio whilst we've got the photos up. Father Simon's parish priest at Our Lady of Victories in Southwell and St Anthony in Calverton, a position from which Bishop Patrick appointed him in September 2019. As well as parish duties, Father Simon helps to organise the annual Diocesan Lourdes pilgrimage, edits and compiles the diocesan pastoral statistics, and the diocesan ordo, the yearbook, and shockingly, he does have some spare time, and in his spare time, he is a group scout leader. I know Naomi and Tim have that scout connection together. He maintains his links with his alma mater in Hawthorne College and the University of London.
What busy guy. Really busy guy. Okay, so if you think you know who that is, answer the question. Moving on to our next person. Oh, Bishop Patrick McKinney. There's some interesting pictures in there. Talk us through, give us a bit of background. What's going on?
Okay, so Patrick Joseph McKinney was born in Birmingham on the 30th of April 1954, the eldest son of Patrick and Bridget McKinney, originally from Ireland. His family moved to County Donegal in Ireland when he was still very young, but eventually returned to Birmingham. He was appointed the 10th Bishop of Nottingham by Pope Francis on the 14th of May 2015, and was and he has taken the motto, "Seek the face of Christ."
Oh, very appropriate for today's quiz, is it not? And do you know what? I think that's amazing. I love the fact that he gets to hang out with the Pope. I just think that's so cool. That the Pope rings him up and is like, come on, and he has to go and hang out to him. I just think that's just so cool. But Bishop Patrick McKinney, that's our next picture round. So we're on to, speaking of the Pope, there is Papa Francesco himself, but who is that? Pictures. Tell us a bit about who we got. What's going on? Pope Francis.
Pope Francis is the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City-State. Francis is the first Jesuit Pope and the first of the Americas, first of South Hemisphere, and the first Pope from outside Europe since the Syrian Gregory III, who reigned in the 8th century. He's a hugely popular Pope. Throughout his public life, Pope Francis has been noted for his humility, emphasis on God's mercy, international visibility as Pope, concerns for the poor, and commitment to interfaith dialogue. We love him.
Oh, the man's amazing. The man's amazing. And I think he's been really amazing during all this as well. Not afraid to speak out and say how important it is to do the right thing, but to serve and not forget those people in need. I think this whole period has really made us think about how we treat people and kind of what an example he's set to us and how we can follow that as missionary disciples. So yeah, great choice. Let's move on. Who we got? Oh, now going a bit old school here. St. George. Talk us through. Let's see if there's any clues in your bio that will help us figure out what picture might be St. George today.
Yeah, there might be a little clue in there, Tom. So St. George, also St. George of Lada, was a soldier of the Catalonian Greek origins, member of the Praetorian Guard, and he was sentenced to death for refusing to recant his Christian faith. He became one of the most venerated saints and martyrs in Christianity. He's immortalised on his legend of St. George and the Dragon. His memorial, St. George's Day, is traditionally celebrated on the 23rd of April.
Right, okay, so interesting guy. Have a look at the pictures. We're going to move on to our final person. Ooh, okay, taking it to the sisters. What's going on here? Who are we talking about? What's it all about, and what do we need to know?
Okay, lovely. So a little side note, this is my favourite of the saints. So this is Mother Teresa, who is honoured in the Catholic Church as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. In 1950, Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic religious congregation that had over 4,500 nuns that was active in 133 countries in 2012. The congregation manages homes for people who are dying of AIDS and HIV, leprosy and tuberculosis. It also runs soup kitchens, dispensaries, mobile clinics, children's and family counselling programs, as well as orphanages and schools. Members take their vows of charity, poverty and obedience. So which one's Mother Teresa?
Wow, I mean that is a huge list of amazing things, and also very appropriate things, because again, these people are all people who've served, people who are courageous, people who are brave, all the kind of things we need to be right now. So amazing choice for our final saint. Click the pictures in your digital quiz and then head on, because we're about to head straight first into our final round, and we're going to go back to our wonder wall and bring up the rest of our guys. Guys, good to see you. Now, I'm guessing, have we sadly not got Louise? Has Louise not been able to join us, had some technical issues? But Louise was here, and that's the important thing. And it was great to see you, Louise. So thank you for joining us and for representing the St. Therese of Lisieux Trust. For the Big Schools Get Together 3, which will be next month, we will get you back and we'll get it sorted. Don't you worry, so sorry about that, Louise. We're going to go to round 3. Team, I'm very excited about this round. I just want to go very quickly back to some shout-outs, because I'm conscious that I want to get through as many of these as possible, because we missed some last time. We've got the Leading Lights, Team Positivity, the Magnificent Seven, Kiana, Sam, Max, Maya, Bella, Francesca, to all the wonderful teachers, Mr. Boone and Mr. White, the English Martyrs, our reader department. You're all amazing, apparently. I'm no doubt about that. We've got a shout-out to all the... Got a shout out from Rebecca. Now, if you watch our Mystery Minute, Rebecca is pretty much first all the time. But she's wanted to shout out to the amazing staff looking after her in City Hospital. So big shout out to Rebecca. Hope you are getting better. I hope you get well soon. Big shout out to you. Thank you. I hope you're okay. Shout out to Bailey, Ollie, Dexter, Max, Patrick, Jacob, Alicia, Natalia, Megan, to Sacred Heart, to all the Year 6 at Sacred Heart, Year 2, 3 and 4 at St. Francis, the Key Workers Bubble at St. Francis, who are called Mixed Bag. That's a cool name. Team Cruise, the Belper Bells. Oh, lovely. Lucia from Linda's Farm class, who is 6 on Sunday. Happy birthday for Sunday. Amazing 1 Year 6 and David for being a mission champion. Great to see you guys are keeping those missions going. That's great. St. Patrick's in Wilford. Rowan, English Martyrs, St. Francis, St. Philip Howard. A big hello to all the friends who are in school and at home. Big hello. Miss Kath Cotsball, Miss Wax Bubble, Mr. Sims' team, Isabella, the LJ All-Stars, English Tomatoes. We've got so many teams. Let's have a look. We've got Mabel at home, Grace, St. Philip Howard. We've got someone's birthday next week. Shannon, Isla, homeschooling in Mansfield. We'll come back to them in a minute. I'm going to quickly switch over to the live chat, because the live chat's going crazy. Great to see you in there as well. Rebecca's watching live, said a big thanks. That's great. Simon, good to see you. We've got some fantastic people saying hello. It's great to see you guys also active. Thank you. One thing I would ask just before you do, as you are being so active right now, is just to hit subscribe. If you're a watcher and you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe. It's really important that we can help grow our channel, that you guys can find out more of our content, because we post stuff all the time during the week as a way of keeping in touch. And of course, it helps enter you into competition. competitions and get kind of things happening. So if you're watching right now on YouTube and you're not subscribed, or the account you're watching is not subscribed, please just click subscribe. Makes a massive difference for us. We wanted to get 2,000 by May. We're almost there. We're about 100-ish off. So maybe today we might kind of get over the line if you guys all subscribe. So please do. A certain percentage of us are watching who aren't subscribed, which might be important later on. So please hit subscribe, because it could be very crucial to a final round. We're going to head to the team. It's time to get the team on the screen. How you doing, guys?
Woo, good, thank you. Yeah, good.
Fantastic. Now, you might have seen online, and Lead Lay Chaplains, you've not seen this either, and Sean, you've not seen this either. You might have seen online lots of people doing like charity videos, or like big kind of jamming sessions where they kind of all send in bits and stuff like that. Now, they all look amazing and all look wonderful, none of which are going to look as amazing as this, because we're going to do a music round a very special way. You guys are going to live perform remotely from your houses different songs, and you've got to name that tune. That's how it works, okay, people? So you've got a multiple choice option on your digital quiz sheets. We're going to go straight in with song 1. Guys, vocal warm-ups are done. I can see you're fresh, you're on point, you're ready. Let's hear it, people. I have no idea how this is going to sound, whether it's going to work or not, whether it's going to sound really confusing, but just go with it. We're all hearing the same thing, so we're all on a level playing field. Guys, it's song 1. Take it away.
All right, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
I mean, that's one of the most powerful things I've seen during lockdown. I'm just saying, that moved me in ways I can't describe, and I have no doubt. And I'm just going to head to the live chat, because people are going to go crazy. This, I know they are. Okay, that was stunning. Please, obviously, that one, we're not going to repeat it. I don't think it could be repeated. I don't think we could ever recapture that quite in its. But yeah, there's song 1. Now, song 2, I feel it's only going to get better from here on in. Guys, let's go for it. Song 2 sounds a bit like this.
All right,
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, people. I'm gonna stop you there. That's great. That was really good. I mean, I think what was really nice as well was the addition of dancing. That probably made a difference. Guys at home, hopefully you are managing to decipher. And oh, we've got some comments here about the singing. People loving the quick. Oh, we've got a big shout out from Amherst School. Great to have you guys with us, and great to see Jenny Malloy as well. Big shout out, loving the Bride's crew. Amazing, in tears here. People are in tears. People are in tears because of the music. That is just powerful stuff. Music to my ears, Simon. Thank you for great listening to that. Beautiful singing. Everyone's loving it. We're going to go for song number 3. Here we go. Song 3. Take it away.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. You'll notice that Luke has had to leave the chat because he was so overwhelmed with the emotion of and if you look at his picture that's frozen there on the screen, he just cannot contain his joy, the musical quality that we're experiencing right now. That was song 3. That's all you're getting. Make no apologies. We're going to hit straight on with song 4, guys. Let's blast through this. Song 4 is going to start about now.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Wowzer! I mean, look. I mean, there is a lot. There's a lot of power going on there. A lot of power going on there. A lot of power. Now, I hope we may have Louise. Are you back with us? And can we hear you?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you! Woohoo! Oh, this is now, Louise. You've joined us at a very exciting time because the team are actually in the middle of performing songs very beautifully for everyone to try and figure out what they are. But we're going to pause that round because Louise, I'm so chuffed you're with us this morning. Very quickly, is there anything you want to say this morning? Any shout outs you want to give to your trust? Thank you for joining us.
No, I just want to give a shout out to all of the staff and pupils within the St Therese of Lisieux community. They're absolutely awesome. They've been fantastic over this period. They've made our job in the central team as easy as it could be in very difficult circumstances, and particularly to our head teachers who've shown outstanding leadership. So really proud of them all. And I'm proud of myself actually, because the reason it's taken me so long to come back is because I've had to all by myself learn how to download Google Chrome onto my laptop in order to be able to access it. But yeah, I did it. So that's my big achievement for today.
That is commitment. Thank you so much, Louise. And that, do you know what? We're all being challenged to learn and work in different ways and such like. And you're so right to recognise the incredible effort of people. People have put in so much hard work, and it's really hard kind of being away from the people you work with as well. But yeah, so one thing we've talked about kind of things that are kind of giving us hope at the moment, or things that are kind of giving us things to look forward to and things we're excited about. Is there anything you're really looking forward to in your role, or looking forward to kind of getting back to? I noticed that you are actually currently muted at the moment, so you might need to unmute yourself. Oh, there we go, marvellous. Yeah, tell us a bit about something you're looking forward to or excited about at the moment.
So, as you know, Tom, we have just put out an advert for a lead lay chaplain.
Yes,
and
indeed.
I've had several conversations with people who are interested, and so I'm really excited that we might actually be in a position to progress to interview and to appoint a lead lay chaplain, so that we can join you guys in terms of, delivering the mission of the diocese. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about the schools starting to open and the schools welcoming the children back. It's a bit scary, people are anxious, but it feels good at the moment. So looking forward to some of the children coming back into school.
Fantastic, just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you're right, it's very exciting because obviously we've got our other lead lay chaplains here, and obviously we as a youth service, we've been working really hard with you guys as a trust. But I'm so excited to maybe have another face on the screen in the kind of weeks or months ahead. So really cool. Louise, thank you so much for joining us. I would encourage you, if you can, just to stay and witness what you're about to see next, because are we on song 4? Is that right, team?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to perform song 4 once and only for people to try and guess at home. Make sure you put it in your digital answer quizzes, answer sheets. Are we on song 5? Sorry.
Yeah, 5.
Oh, song 5. This is the last one. Oh my day, this saddens me. This could be the last time we get to see such musical prowess broadcast live on our live stream. Here we go. We're ready. It's song 5. Take it away, people. I mean, if it was difficult trying to sing in time, trying to click in time is even more difficult. And you've made it look even more difficult than that. So thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. We're going to ask you if it's okay just to mute yourselves again for you. We're going to give you guys time just to digest that. Maybe just to kind of sit down and just realise and kind of stop getting overwhelmed by such amazing musicalness, and to put your answers into the sheet, because we're almost at the end of the quiz. Very excitingly, you've had all 4 rounds, but there's one more question, and that's because if we get people with the same scores, we're going to need a tiebreaker. And as I said before, it might relate to something I was talking about a bit earlier on, and it does. It relates to our subscribers. Now, as a channel, we are growing all the time, and we're growing because of you and trying to serve and reach people in our diocese and beyond. You know, we have actually had contact from a school in Poland this week who've said they love tuning into our videos and stuff like that. And it's an amazing reminder that we're a global church. So we want to grow. We want to grow. We need you to help us by hitting subscribe. But on average, and this is the question for the tiebreaker, the answer is going to be a percentage, okay? So you've got to put this in for question 5 before you click submit, and then you want you to click submit so we can mark your quizzes and get the answers out to you live. As a percentage, how many people, of all the people who watch our videos, are already subscribed? So that's the question. How many, if you look at all the views our channel has had, and we've had tens of thousands of views in the last kind of lockdown period alone, as a percentage, how many of those people are already subscribed? And I will give you a clue. More people are not subscribed than they are subscribed. So the answer is more than 50%. And what that says to me is, we've got a lot of people watching who aren't subscribing. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell button so that you get notifications whenever we go live, because sometimes we go live for our random mystery minute and you can win prizes just by hitting that little bell. So that last question, that tiebreaker question, as a percentage, how many people who watch our videos are not subscribers? And I'll give you a clue, the answer is more than 50%. And we want to do something about that. And hopefully you can fix that this morning by clicking subscribe. We're going to have a quick look. I'm going to bring our wonder wall up again. Guys, on a scale of kind of thumbs up, yes, to thumbs down, how do you think you've done on the quiz today? Okay. Well, hopefully right now what's going to happen is the answers are going to start flooding in. And that's really exciting because we are marking them live as we go through. So this is really cool. While we're doing that, I'm going to try and finish a few more shout outs to people just so we can say hello. We've got, let's have a look at some people. St. Norbert's Crowell, hello. Year 5, the Purses, good to see you. Miss Stapleford, St. Winifred's in Shepshed, loving the work. Great to see you with us this morning. We've got a team from St. George's. I'm going to go to the live chat and see who we've got in there as well. So emotional here at St. George's, apparently. So emotional. People just really feeling the... Really feeling that kind of stuff there. That's fantastic. We just had a quick question here. Yeah, okay, so some clarification on the last one. On the tiebreaker question on your digital answer, it says, what percentage of our YouTube viewers are not subscribers yet? So I've phrased it a bit differently, but the question is the same. How many people watching aren't yet subscribed? And it's more than 50% for that last answer question. We've had 72 teams put their quiz answers in so far. We're going to give you another 1 more minute to get your answers in. Okay, so make sure you're clicking and putting your answers in. 73 teams, I can see them coming in right now. And then we're going to find out who's won and who's got the tiebreaker question right. Very exciting. Before we go, a few things to tell you about. Today, big day. In fact, Naomi, I'm going to bring you back on. Tell us a bit about today, because this is the first of 3 live streams today and one of some new shows that we're putting on especially for schools. So for you guys watching at schools, we want to help you connect. We know that actually, even though when it comes to praying together and having collective worship, you can't always collect. You can't all get into the hall yet. You can't all kind of hang out with each other yet. So you might still be praying and worshipping in your classrooms. So we've put on special stuff for you. The first thing, of course, is the show that I host on a Monday with the 9:30 a.m. club. Please join us every 9:30. We have guests and thoughts and prayers and reflections and missionary discipleship challenges, which are really awesome. But Naomi, tell us what's happening at 2:30 today.
At 2:30 today, yeah, the first episode of our brand new show, Home Time Hangout, is being aired live at 2:30. So that's another reason why you need to subscribe, because you get a notification at 2 o'clock to tell you there's 30 minutes to go. 2:30, we're going to have a great time gathering again on the same day at gathering different schools together, different classrooms together, just as we have done this morning. We're going to have a few shout outs to give. All of the people who have sent stuff in for their weekly challenge this week, that was to learn a bit of sign language and share a message with someone, you guys will be shouted out then. So you'll be on a big screen in your school or classroom or home. We'll have a bit of time to pray together, maybe a little game, and just have a good time at the end of the week. A perfect way to end the week, especially if you're a teacher and you want to just allow your class to enjoy something together. And give them a bit of a treat on a Friday afternoon. Perfect for you guys. And then, yeah, we've got 6 o'clock Friday Night Live as well, which have even more games and even more fun on a Friday evening.
Yeah, it's cool because Friday Night Live is something we've run all the way through lockdown. It's been a really nice way just to finish the week at home. And I think that's the really important thing. I think certainly over lockdown that's made us realise that school, home, parish, church we're all connected. We're all part of the same thing. And actually we can engage with these kind of things in different places. So what's really nice, the Home Time Hangout should hopefully give you as schools a really nice way to finish your week. But again, you can then go home and then share with your family that kind of night prayer with each other. And we get some really interesting guests on that show as well. So those 3 live streams, we have Monday 9:30, a great way to start your week with your morning acts of worship. And then on Friday, Home Time for schools, and then the Friday night live at 6 p.m. with both with Naomi on a Friday. Absolutely great ways of getting involved. Just a quick heads up as well. Every week when we do our 9 p.m. club, we pray using our words of the week. We use that based around a video called Extraordinary, which is our weekly kind of breakdown of all the feasts and saints in the week. If you've not checked it out already, you can go on our YouTube channel. youtube.com/NDCYS live and check out Extraordinary, our playlist. A new show goes out every Sunday helping you understand what's coming for the week ahead, which is really, really cool. And there's a brand new resource, and in fact, hot off the press, and going on our website, hopefully by the end of the week, next week, the brand new copy of Extraordinary for the next liturgical year. So taking it, next calendar year, school year, taking it from September all the way through, so you can plan your prayers and your worships using the same kind of themes and the same kind of reflections that we're doing all across the diocese. Again, bringing us all together. So, I think we're going to call time on that. We've had 86 teams submit their answers. We're going to call time, I think, right now, and that's it. That's done. We're done. And we're going to go over to the answer sheet right now and have a look. Wow, I mean, look, we've got some fantastic scores here. Let's have a look. Interestingly, no one got all of them right. And I wonder whether or not that was because of the music round. I hope not, okay, because I thought they were beautiful. They sounded amazing. So we're going to have a look at the highest scoring teams. Let's sort. Fantastic highest scoring team. Okay, so with 16, we've got a great score of 16. I think 16 is our highest. Okay. Let's take it to the some good guesses on the tiebreaker round as well. Okay, let's have a look then. So of this one, you guessed 73%. No, it's not quite 73%. You guessed no, not quite 39%. Oh, it could be this team here. I think we might have found our winner, people. This is very exciting indeed. Very exciting indeed. All right. This is our winning team. You were closest with 70 because someone put 73%. The team was, you guys submitted with the email, team name. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, okay. Unhelpfully, or maybe helpfully, you've submitted your team name completely as emojis, and of course I can't read them. But it was the email Harry Barnett. You know who you are. You guys are the winning team today. Congratulations. We'll work out who's that. Naomi, if you can have a look at the screen and try and figure out which school that came from, that would be great. Or if you could leave it, if you're Harry Barnett and you know who you are, you could put it in the live chat so we know who you are. Your team are the winners. 16 points and the closest for our live stream. Let's have a look. Let's see if you're gonna. We'll have a look in the live chat. Naomi's gonna sort that out before we go. Look. It's been amazing to be together today. We're going to make sure that when we get in touch with the winning team, we're going to send you guys some NDCYS merchandise. So we've got some tote bags and some frisbees and stuff like that, which we're going to send out to you guys as a prize for winning, as we did for our last big schools get together. And we are going to have a time of prayer together just to finish before we end this morning. We're going to have another one of these. We're going to have another one of these at the end of next month. So kind of towards the end of middle of July, just before the end of term, we're going to have another big schools get together 3. So we'll send out all the information about that, and you can obviously find out about that by subscribing to our YouTube channel or hitting up our website, which is ndcys.com. And we've had a bit of a redesign on our website as well. So please check that out and let us know what you think, because we're trying to make it more easy to use and more useful for you as schools going forward. I'm going to head very quickly back over to the Wonderwall and say some goodbyes and some thank yous. Let's have a look at the Wonderwall. First of all, let's say, Sean, thank you for joining us. Stayed all the way through the quiz. I'm really grateful for that.
Tom, can I say...
how many points did you get? Do you know?
Well, a couple of things, Tom. I struggled with a bit like Louise, I struggled with the technology. Next time, I'll make sure I'm there. Can I just say to your choir that I've had Simon Cowell on the phone from Britain's Got Talent.
Amazing.
He's really interested. I was very moved, actually to tears, by what I heard there. So thank you ever so much. It was a real privilege, and I'll certainly be joining you for the next one, Tom. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sean. It's been great to see you this morning. Lead Lay Chaplains, you guys have been amazing, not just today, but all the way through this. We've been working together. It's been so good spending so much time with you, and you guys are doing such amazing things for your school communities. Tom, anything you want to say before we can I give any goodbyes? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, hello to everyone in the Leicestershire and Loughborough schools. I've been keeping an eye on the chat, so especially hello to St Mary's in Loughborough, English Martyrs in Leicester, St John Fisher in Wigston, and St Francis in Melton Mowbray. I know there'll be lots of other schools joining as well. Tom, I don't know are we giving answers today or not?
Oh, yes, we are giving answers. We've got to show your answers. Thank you very much. Let's very quickly see the answers, because I think we need to see the results of the bottle flip challenges. I did this last time, didn't I, Tom? I didn't give out your answers. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Let me very quickly, let's have a look very quickly at the winners of those challenges, because I think people are going to want to know what happened. Let's go to that. Here we go, and we'll cut to that right now.
Okay, ready, Evie? Yeah. Right, so you have to put... Oh, okay, I'll put the saddle on then. Let's get going. Right, so we'll say that saddle is one piece. That's one so far. Your turn then. Hello, Rosie. Go on then. Okay, Daddy's turn. Right. I'm going to put a guitar on him. Let's see. Ooh. That's 3 pieces so far. Your turn, Evie. Go on then, put it on. No, you've got to do it, not Mummy. On his ears, I'm sure that's cheating. 4 pieces. Okay, I'm going to give him this. Ooh. 5 pieces so far. Your turn, Evie. Ooh. 6 pieces. Oh, 8 pieces. He's gonna book at any point, any moment, isn't he? This is piece number 9.
Oh my goodness. You choose then. That one on? Right, come on here. Stand up.
What's the Evie doing it?
Last one.
Yes! So that was 9 pieces that made the horse book. So well done if you got that right. And technically it was Evie's mummy that put the last piece on, but we'll say if you guessed that Evie was going to put the last piece on to make it book, then you get an extra point. Well done.
Good. I scored!
Oh. Okay, number 2. Oh. This is much more difficult than it looks. Yes! 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 Right, how many penalties did you score, Evie? 5, no. 2 penalties scored. So if you guess 2, then well done, you get the points. Well done.
like to thank my mum, my dad, my brother, and all my team.
Amazing, amazing. There you go. There's the results. Thank you so much, Tom, for reminding me about that, because I almost forgot to do your answer round again. But yeah, brilliant, and it's great to see, because we actually genuinely had people in the live chat saying, "Who won Buckaroo?" That's going to be the big question for the big schools get together too. Thank you so much, Tom, for all your work. Joe, anything you want to say? Shout out quickly before we finish today.
Super quick shout out, first of all, to Mrs. Mann of English Martyrs and St. Ralph's Schoentroft, whose birthday is today. So happy birthday to Mrs. Mann, and also to God, who's kept the rain away until right now, me being outside. So that's been great.
Amazing. And Victoria, last but no means least, do you want to give any shout outs and messages for the Old Trust?
Really, just all of the schools in the Our Lady of Lourdes Trust, but obviously also my beloved All Saints. I know you had 3 teams in 3 different rooms, so well done for taking part.
Amazing stuff, and we've had some clarification from Naomi that it was in fact the English Martyrs. It was Harry from English Martyrs, wasn't it? So congratulations to you guys who are our
Which English Martyrs?
Today.
Which English Martyrs?
Oh, we don't know, but it was from English Martyrs. One of the 2 or 3 who are watching, or however many are watching. Well done, you. Good job. Right, we're gonna go. This is it. We're done. Thank you so much for an amazing morning. Please don't forget to hit subscribe. Please join us again 2:30 if you're at school, or not. Of course, if you're homeschooling, for the Home Time Hangout 6 p.m. tonight, and then again join us Monday morning 9:30 a.m. for the 9:30 a.m. club. We look forward to seeing you soon.